know, my wife and I just came back from the movies. We saw Spider-Man, not Homecoming, the other home thingy, Far From Home. It was really good. Little tip, stay for the post-credits. There's two of them, post-credit scenes. Just thought I'd throw it out there. I've actually been planning to do this for a while now. It's just that my schedule's a little challenging, let's just say, but I'm really excited to finally make my own video. And this is going to be my very first office slash desktop slash creative space tour. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I am a graphic designer by profession and an amateur photographer. I would call myself an amateur because I usually do it on the weekends. I'm pretty active on Instagram, and that's how I kind of started this whole thing. The real intention was when I started working from home that I wanted a space that would be pleasant for me to sit in and just, you know, inspiring. I didn't want it to be just like a very generic, almost clinical type of desk. When I started my desk, it was literally just a desk and it was just one computer, and that's pretty much it. Now, about more than 2 years later, this is where we're at. I'm gonna try to walk you through all the things that's around my work area and why they're there and what it means to me. You know, not in such a detailed way, or at least I'll try. So this is my main workhorse right now, a 2018 MacBook Pro with pretty much loaded specs. The reason why it shows that is because I wanted it to last me for a very long time. A little note on this MacBook Pro is that I actually purchased this through Apple's refurbished program, which is great if you want to save a significant amount of money. If you're curious, if you go to their website, you can actually scroll down all the way at the bottom with tiny little text. It's almost the size of a typical disclaimer. And that's where I found it. For this screen, because I came from an iMac 27-inch 5K, you could say that I was a little spoiled. I did some research, I asked people online, kind of really just spent way too much time doing my research, and I ended up with this. It's an LG 27UL 850-W. So I'm very happy with it, and I do recommend it because at this, I think it came out late last year, and now there's a little bit of a discount on these monitors. And so if you're looking for a really nice monitor that you can use to edit photos or maybe video with, I definitely recommend this. I just recently updated this desk. Wanted it to be a little bit more functional, a little bit more lived in, I guess. And so the first thing I did was go to my absolutely favorite company. It's no secret on social media. It's a company out in Portland, Oregon, and they're called GroveMade, and they just make these really beautiful desk stuff. So the monitor and the MacBook Pro are actually sitting on GroveMade products right now. So this is the laptop stand, and you can see it's beautifully made. The stand itself is sitting on a GroveMade desk shelf. And underneath, I can slide my iPad Pro when I'm not using it. So that helps clear up some space on the desk. And this big opening right here can easily fit my keyboard and mouse and just keeps the desk nice and clean. On top of the desk is probably one of the most asked questions on my social media. What is this big gray mouse pad that I have? Again, it's a product by GroveMade, and it's a wool desk mat. I bought the extra large one. They sell them in light gray and dark gray. And for my theme, I wanted to go with the light gray. I can pretty much put my camera gear and all my other devices without worrying of them getting scratched. To the right side of the desk, I have my Bose QC35 version 2. And not to sound like a broken record, but this product right here, this is very new, and GroveMade actually sent me this headphone stand. It's just amazing. Perfectly blends in with the rest of the theme of my desk, and it actually blends in with my chair. It is an IKEA chair. I will not try to pronounce the name. I can barely spell it, okay, but here it is. That's what it is. There's a gray one and there's this cinnamon colored one. It's surprisingly comfortable, and there's a lot of adjustability to it. The only caveat that I should say is that I'm not that tall. I'm around 5'5"-ish. Don't tell anyone. I feel that if you're anywhere, maybe 5'10", 10 and above, this might be too small for you. For the keyboard and the mouse, they're both from Logitech. The keyboard is the Craft keyboard that I absolutely love. The mouse is the MX Master 2S. A little bit hidden behind the desk shelf is my wireless charger made by a company called Peel. They make very minimal stuff, like minimalistic design. And that's exactly why I love this particular product. Right above it is my first generation Apple Pencil that's sitting inside a floss screw holder. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but yeah. Right next to it would be my Taman's desk lamp, and it's actually an LED lamp, so it doesn't get hot, and I like the retro vibe that's going on here. The desk itself, it's actually an old IKEA desk. I think it's like 10 years old, so I don't even remember the name, but it's about 5 feet by 2 feet, something like that. This is a really interesting product. It's a lamp, a desk lamp by Gantry Designs, and this company is really cool. They have designers all over the world basically submit designs for lamps, and they would 3D print them and they would sell them. And it's also sitting on top of an IKEA Alex drawer system. So just to skim through it like really quickly, the top is pretty much all the stuff that I usually use. The next drawer would be a little side project that I've had, and the drawer below it pretty much has some stuff, and the one underneath it, we don't even acknowledge the existence of it, just like Lord Voldemort. And then underneath that, more stuff. This shelf is a 3-piece shelf system, again from IKEA. I don't remember the name, I apologize. But at the very top, you can see Bumblebee. So I'm a child of the 80s, and I grew up watching Transformers. I absolutely love them. Right next to it is a Nikon D7000. It was a gift to me from my wife. And these two are the two lenses that I use with it. They're pretty much just stock lenses, and the one that's mounted on it right now is the 50mm 1.8. It's an audio recorder by Tascam, and right next to it is what I would consider my very first digital camera. It's a Sony DSC V3 made in the early 2000s. It has 7 megapixels, but honestly, it's really not that good of a camera. But I will say, it taught me so much about photography. Right next to the camera is Wally. I've got some GoPro accessories here. Then I have my various lenses here. I'm not gonna try to go through all of them. I have about 5 of them. My trusty old Sony a6300, which I love. This is actually still a very good camera, and I still use it today. Here is a postcard that I received from Unsplash. I just thought it was a really nice touch, so I put it there. Picture of my car. I'm into robots, I'm into cars, I'm into dinosaurs, robot dinosaurs. Speaking of cars, this poster right here on the wall is a blueprint of, well, it's not really a blueprint, but it's designed to look like a blueprint of a Porsche 918 Spider. And I got this off of Mass Drop, when they were still called Mass Drop. I think now they're just called Drop. Going to this other side of the room, we have a backpack made by Swiss Gear that I got on sale. I think this was last Black Friday. And my Peak Design 20-liter backpack. So it kind of made a shelf here. I just put a box, the iPad Pro's box there, and a printer and a shredder and some books at the bottom. I'm not gonna go through all the books, but you can see my influence here. I have Transformers, I have Jeremy Clarkson because I like Top Gear, I love Top Gear. Kind of embarrassingly, I have a bunch of my Apple products like boxes, and there's something about it that I just can't get myself to throw them away. Maybe I will after this video because it's embarrassing. I do want to point this out though, this collection of Calvin and Hobbes, and the reason why is because this really brings back a lot of memories for me. This really reminds me of my childhood, and you know, when my brother and I used to play outside and just imagine things, and I think that's how we fostered our creativity. And thus concludes my desk tour for now. I actually made a video before this one, but then I got a couple more items like the Grove Made shelf and the holder and laptop stand. So now this is my second video. Let me know what you think, comment below. I plan on making more videos, and I am really excited to do that and keep doing it just so I can keep getting better at doing it. Thank you, and I really appreciate you watching this, and I hope to see you guys again real soon.